Hello there. This is a revision for clause patterns and clause elements. Okay, the first we're gonna see is the clause pattern subject plus verb. In this pattern, we have the following examples. The concert began, the train has arrived, and this pattern contains a verb which is an intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs are those verbs that do not need extra information to complete their meaning. The following pattern corresponds to subject, verb, complement. Here are some examples of that. And as you can see here, this pattern uses a verb that is called copular verb if it's the verb be in different forms or different time tenses, or linking verbs, which are verbs that are related to be. They are not copular verbs, but they are verbs which behave like verb be. These are also called verbs of incomplete predication, and they always need a complement to complete the information of the subject. This information is related to the subject. Besides, these verbs are majorly state verbs rather than action verbs. They tell us something related to the state of the subject. Here we have a list of verbs which use a complement after them. For example, copular verb be in different forms, as we said before. Here we have the conjugation of verb be in different tenses. And we also have other verbs that are related to be, which are called linking verbs. For example, appear, become, feel, grow, etc. These verbs are related to states more than to actions. The third pattern we are going to see is subject plus verb plus object. Examples of that are I can do the shopping, the man confessed the crime. In this case, we have a verb which is considered or is known as transitive verb. A transitive verb is a verb which expresses an action. They need extra information to complete their meanings. I can do what? The shopping. The man confessed what? The crime. We need this information to complete the meaning of the verb. Transitive verbs are related to actions. This means that they require a verb that implies a doable action. An object always reflects a noun phrase expressing an idea of what or who. So they answer these questions: who or what. In the cases where we have just one object, that object will always be direct object. The following pattern corresponds to the use of two objects: subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object, or subject plus verb plus direct object plus indirect object. Here we have some examples. And in these examples, we are using the transitive verbs. The transitive verbs are those verbs which need two objects.
One specifying the idea of who was affected by the action of the verb, this is the indirect object, and another expressing what's being given to the indirect object. That item is the direct object.
In the cases where we have two objects, the indirect objects will answer the question who, and the direct object will answer the question what. The common order for objects to appear within a clause is subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. However, there is a variant for this order whenever we have a construction beginning with the prepositions for or to, as in the example, I bought the ball for you. To continue, in the following pattern, we'll see the following elements: subject, verb, object, complement. We have some examples here. The judge declared him guilty, and I can't get the jar open. In these cases, the complements are giving us information related to the object of the clause instead of the subject. Note that in these cases, the complements are placed immediately after the object. For example, Who was declared guilty? The judge or him? Who was declared guilty was him. So in this case, the information included in the complement is related to him, the object. The same happens with the following example. What can't be open? The jar, not I. So in this case, open gives us information that is related to the object, the jar. The following pattern includes subject, verb, object, and adverbial. Here we have some examples. In this case, in this pattern, we can see adverbials that are not obligatory. Obligatory adverbials are always complements within a clause because they are needed in order to complete the meaning of the clause or the subject in the case of complements. But in these cases, adverbials are optional. This means that they are elements that can be removed from the clause without altering the meaning of the entire or the major clause. For example, if we say we ate our meal, that is complete information. In silence gives us extra information on how the action was performed. Finally, and to compare with the previous clause pattern, we have the pattern of subject plus verb plus complement plus adverbial. This happens when there are more than one adverbial and one of them is obligatory and the other is optional. Note that in this example, the boy was there yesterday. We can omit the adverbial yesterday without affecting the meaning of the clause because the boy was there is complete in meaning. But on the contrary, if we eliminate there from this clause, then the clause lacks some meaning. The boy was yesterday. That is an obligatory adverbial and it must remain there in order to complete the meaning of the subject. The boy was there yesterday has an obligatory adverbial, there, and an optional adverbial that is yesterday. Okay, students, that's all for this video. I hope this helps clarify some ideas related to clause patterns and clause elements. See you soon!